there is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
We're back.
Oh, shoot. Here we go.
Yeah.
Purple Pill Podcast. We're back, everybody. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Sorry it's been so long. My goodness.
We should just open with an apology. Just
wow.
Recorded apology.
I think last time we did that.
Yeah.
Did we apologize last time?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the last two times.
For sure.
Am I always apologizing?
Instead of playing the Twilight Zone thing, it's just a public service announcement.
Oh, yeah.
We're very sorry.
I'm apologizing all the time. I shouldn't be apologizing.
No.
Oh. Whoops.
Well,
I'm just going full less than. Huh?
I mean, yeah, right.
Wow.
Right. Just.
You know what's funny is people go, some of my friends, and they, well, when was the last time you recorded? I go, I don't know, about 2-3 weeks ago.
Right.
And then I go, well, let me look. And I looked. It was December 15th.
It was 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's going to be, December. It's going to be December 15th in 5 days. It's going to be February 15th here in 6 days.
Yeah.
So 2 months. Hopefully we can pack it in.
You get busy.
Right. The kids, the job.
Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months.
You just don't want to do it. No, it's really been work. I've been working the last few Mondays. But for 2 months?
Yeah, I did. I worked 1 or 2 of those too.
Okay. So then that puts us out a week, and I've worked.
Yeah. So if it's one you have off and you're like, oh, let's podcast, I'm like,
so that's 4 weeks right there.
Right.
You know what? I'm starting to feel better.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad I could help you.
It's a scheduling conflict.
We're just coping.
Yeah. We want this to go somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's going.
We're on that.
It's actually going good.
We're working.
We're back on the grind.
Right? Chopping wood. Let's go.
We're grown men.
Yeah.
There's other things we do.
Never stop working.
Never stop podcasting. And we never do.
When it's this good, you just can't.
Did we tell everybody we're doing season 4? Because according to the
Oh, that's what we were gonna do.
No. The podcast, I put the last episode.
Yeah.
The End of Fear. I put it as the first episode of season 4.
Oh, okay.
So this is season 4. Episode 2.
Well done. You just told us.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's it.
This is the show where we suspend our beliefs on what was and what is. And we use our imagination, our divine imagination, on what is and what could be. And that's what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
You, me, the listeners, the whole world, Holy Spirit, waking people up individually, millions upon millions, as we've been saying.
Right. Collective belief.
We've been saying that for years, and now here we go.
Manifesting.
And this thing is really starting to heat up. In order to transcend the matrix, hack the 3D, and exit the Truman Show. The Truman Show? The elite's world. The world they've constructed using us as the batteries of belief to manifest their reality with them on top, us in the middle and the bottom. Right? That's the Truman Show. Right?
Wow, sounds like a major buzzkill.
That's the Truman Show.
Yeah.
The education system, the history that they feed us.
This is the buzzkill show.
The way everything works. And then we're just another actor in their Truman Show, right? We're reading our own scripts, which is self-hate, judgment, not loving your neighbor, violating all the universal. Basically, you're raised to violate all the universal laws without thinking. And then you just start getting written tickets by the universe.
Well, like they're right. They control in the media outlets. What you see is what you believe. And then, we all get together and believe that, there's just protests everywhere. I mean, I put on the news for just a second, like last week, and there was like 4 different protests, and it wasn't just ICE. It was like, Kaiser. It's like all these different places.
Oh yeah. The healthcare
the
deal
world.
where they got the guy supposedly shot him in the, and then you have the Charlie Kirk, and then you have the, It's like one every 3 months or something. It's like as frequent
as 4 every 3 months.
It's as frequent as our show. They're running their podcast, but it's just all the networks right into our little, right into our divine imaginations, and we believe we react with emotion.
Can we just stop it? That's what we're doing.
We react with emotion, and then we just create. And
so, it's not true. A lot of it's not true.
No, it's not true.
You're watching a movie.
Yeah. A lot of it's not true. And how do we know it's not true? Well, we have our intuition, and then the way, like we said on the last episode, all the messaging is the same. This is true. This is happening. We swear it's real. Look, here's all the AI video. Or here's our extras that we paid to show you the video of the fake, but it's real because we say it is. And it's real in the sense that maybe there's real people, real extras they paid to be there.
Yeah.
But when the messaging is the same, we had the CIA operative on the show, right? We played the clip.
Yeah.
How do we know when something's a psyop? Everything's a psyop. Just go ahead and assume everything is a psyop, the guy says. That's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And then he goes into, and then he tells us right after that, basically when the messaging is the same across all platforms, little tiny differences, whether it's left, right, or whatever, but overall the messaging is exactly the same. That's when you know. And I see that all the time. I'm seeing it every time. I'm seeing it every time. It's always less than and divide and conquer. It's left versus right, or it's just so evil that you can't even wrap your head around it, which, that brings us to today's show, which we're going to cover. We're going to cover the Epstein Files a bit. We're going to touch on that, right?
I read something the other day. It was funny. Like the right versus the left, right?
Yeah.
And whoever it was, I forget where I was reading it, but it was like, I look at it like this. The right is like Coke and the left is like Pepsi.
Yeah.
And it's like, which soda do you want to drink?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I don't even drink soda. I drink soda when I come here.
I love soda.
Like once a week or something.
I love soda. I won't touch Pepsi.
I'd rather just have water. Can I say that?
Yeah. Yeah, with some electrolytes.
Yeah. Or an energy drink.
That's true.
White haze. So I look at it like this, like that's our podcast. Like we're like the water, the energy drink.
Yeah.
We're not either one of those sodas.
No, we're here to water them down.
Yeah.
We're here to poke a hole.
Stop it.
We got to poke a hole in their little balloon.
Yeah.
So that's why we're
the globe.
The globe lie.
We're gonna collapse.
Yeah, we're gonna collapse this entire belief system. And I was thinking about that last week. We were gonna do a show. I really wanted to do one last week, but didn't get around to it. So we've really got to rip this whole thing apart. We had an episode in season 3 called "Everything Must Go," I think it was, and I was kind of hinting towards, letting go of your beliefs, right? And,
yes,
and we always are. We're always talking about that. However, as we get,
and it's hard.
No, it is. But as we go down so you start with the beliefs of yourself, right? You think you have all these flaws. You got to reject all those. You got to accept who you are in the moment, whether it doesn't matter whether you're procrastinating or whether you're killing it and grinding, and whether you're hitting your goals or you're not hitting your goals. You got to love yourself anyway, right? You got to get rid of the belief that your value is dependent on what you're doing or what you've accomplished, or what your value is inherent because God made you and you're made in the image,
right?
So you got to reject anything that goes against that, which is all your negative self-talk. But as we keep going and the world keeps getting crazier, because I even think I've told you everybody on this show, as we go down this road and we keep shifting these timelines, because as we change our beliefs, as we give up the beliefs they've given us, and we accept the truth, which is we're divine and we're sons and daughters of God, as we, buckle down into that, as we make that true, then the 3D is going to have to rationalize, adapt to that, but also it's going to push back. It's going to push back against us a bit, right? Because they have millions of people.
Well, yeah, because it's a constant battle.
Yeah, right. It's our collective consciousness of people that want to awake, that want to.
Our belief versus what they want us to believe.
Yep. And then they still got a bunch of Energon pods out there, right? The Energizer Buddy pods. No judgment, but they've got a bunch of people believing My stepmom believes everything that comes out of her TV, right? And so they've got millions of people like that. And that belief is now running up against our belief. And we've got this friction happening. And that's why the world is going completely bonkers. Because we have a belief that is bringing heaven to earth, as was the plan, right? We've told you that in the multiple episodes. And they have a belief that wants to stop that from happening. They want to drag us down with them. No judgment. They want to go live in some kind of dystopian hell world where AI takes over and the elites are, abducting children on islands and blah, 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 blah. They can have that world, but I'm not going to be a part of it. We're going to a higher timeline.
Thy kingdom come.
Yes. Thy will be done.
On
right?
heaven.
Yeah.
As it is on
Whose
earth.
will? Our will. Our will. Right? Because God's chilling. Right? He's in control, but he's got his children down here, and whatever we want, he wants to give us.
Yeah.
So you want hell, you're going to get hell. You want heaven, you're going to get heaven, but it's happening now. And that's why we're going to have to unpack this Epstein thing. And
is that what we're doing?
We're going to unpack it. We're going to flip it to more than. Right now it's less than, man. These things are crazy. These Epstein files are crazy. Less than.
Well, yeah, because it's released in the media. And
and they can't really spin it because people can just go through the. Did you know this? They released this thing, right? So then the nerd hackers get on there.
Yeah.
And they've turned the files into a Gmail account. There's a link. You can go to this website and basically your whole computer changes into like its own Gmail. And it's like you're Jeffrey Epstein going through his Gmail inbox and junk mail and sent. And,
really?
Yeah. And you can just scroll through it like his email. It's a trip. I'll send you the link. It's really cool. Okay. So, but first I ran into this thing. I ran into this thing a couple of weeks ago and I thought I got to put this on the show. It's just so weird.
Yeah.
So it's a Mandela effect, right? Mandela effect update. We all love these.
They're the best.
Oh, so have you ever seen here it is. Have you ever seen an elephant with breasts?
No.
We're talking tits.
No.
We're talking tits. Are you ready to see it? Look at this. You tell me if you've ever seen anything like this. Okay. Okay, here we go.
You mean like udders, like a cow?
No, I'm talking breasts like your girlfriend. Here it is. Look at this. Look at this. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that?
No.
Elephant actually have beautiful boobs. What? Okay, I've seen elephants. Look at. Since I was a kid, I've been to the zoo. I've seen baby elephants.
I've even been to the zoo, and there was a male and a female and a baby.
You're right. I
feel like that was at the LA Zoo when I was a kid.
I've seen elephants at the zoo. I've seen the baby elephants at the zoo many times. 10 times? I went to the zoo a lot growing up.
Sure.
And I've seen baby elephants.
Well, we had the LA, we had the San Diego.
So look at this. Look when they're just walking. Okay, now this one, they're up on their hind legs a little bit. You can see, but look at this. Look at this picture. Here she is. Here's the female elephant just walking. You can't miss it. There's no way you could ever have missed this. Do those look like breasts?
Yeah, those are breasts.
Not like cat breasts or dog breasts that kind of look like breasts.
Well, those are
more
like
udders.
Nipple.
Yeah,
like
they're more like
cat.
a nipple with some skin.
Yeah.
Or even a cow doesn't look anything like a human breast. This looks like your girlfriend's breasts.
Right.
This looks like woman breasts. And when they're just walking, you can see the breasts. This is the Mandela effect. So everyone that is into the Mandela, they're all freaking out now. We come from a time, no, the breast did not look like this. We never even saw
I've never
breast.
seen that before.
To be
That's
honest,
AI.
Listen to me. To be honest, I never even thought about freaking elephant breasts. I just saw the baby, and I don't know which one was the male or the female. I didn't care. They all looked the same to me.
Right.
No judgment. But I didn't even think about breasts. And then if I do think about it, I just think, oh, there must be udders like a cow or something.
Yeah.
But when I saw this, and so everyone's online going, hey, whoa. If it's this blatant, there's no way we would have missed it.
Sure.
So you're telling me that every elephant I've ever seen We're talking Discovery Channel too. We're talking, I used to watch in high definition, the National Geographic Safari. I've watched those so many times. I've never seen this. So every elephant I've ever seen on television and at the zoo has been a male elephant. Is that what everyone's saying? Even when I've seen the baby? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So the old timeline, they didn't have breasts like this. It must have been udders. But in the new timeline, they've always been like this. So there's millions of people on message boards everywhere else, Instagram, you name it, and they're all freaking out going, no. This is weird. Look at Oscar Mayer hot dogs is one thing.
Right.
Okay. Magic mirror on the wall, mirror on the wall, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Elephants don't have tits, bro. But now they do. So go look it up. This is crazy. You've never seen anything like it.
I haven't. And I've been to the zoo. Dude, so many times.
This is wild.
Took the kids, going as a kid. I've seen elephants. I've never seen that.
But don't forget, every Mandela effect is a good thing because it shows we're shifting timelines. We're time travelers. We're time travelers. When this thing hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit. Right?
You're quoting Doc now?
Oh, always. Hold on here. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, is there any other animals? Do camels have boobs now, too?
Every elephant you've ever seen on TV or the zoo has been a male? Even when you saw the baby? Hard to believe.
Mm-hmm.
These things are so big, it looks like Dolly Parton on the freaking Grammys. You can't miss them. When they're walking normal, it looks like, and they're very human looking. Like,
yeah,
like I've seen orangutans and monkeys with breasts that don't look this human-like. I mean, it looks like AI. It looks like an AI picture.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was like, that's AI, because it looks very much like human breasts.
Yeah.
Calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit.
Oh, that's great.
Because we're time travelers, baby.
Right.
We're time travelers.
We're hopping timelines.
Because as we change our beliefs, the 3D has to render correctly. It has to rationalize our changing beliefs. Okay, and we've walked you through this through the Purple Pill podcast. We've walked you through it through all the different episodes.
Yeah.
And we've given you,
three seasons.
Plenty of examples.
3 seasons.
Feels like 10. Right? Season 3 had a lot, but no, we looked at it, right? Season 3 had like 15. 14.
It's just, I feel like we cram so much into one season and it just feels like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. But we've told you, right? We had the COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We changed our beliefs, went away, disappeared. We had the fires. Changed our beliefs, boom. I go out to Corona all the time for business. I go out there. I don't see anything.
I don't even see fires in Corona.
Any problems? I don't see any problems.
Now it's just Palisades.
I drove through there. It's looking good. Everything's looking good. What's good about it? I drove through the Palisades. I drove down PCH last Monday. One of my favorite drives to do. And when you first start, before you get to Malibu, beautiful on the left side. If you're going up towards Ventura and Santa Barbara, left side, beautiful views, beautiful. And then you get to Malibu and you get all the mansions right on the water that are blocking the view. And you can't, no public access, right? All the movie stars, whoever owns all these homes, right on the sand. You can't even get to the beach, which by law, it should be public access.
Right.
No judgment, though. Okay. I'm happy for everybody that can afford the house right there. I've had them for 30 years. So I'm driving down the Palisades and I look on the left. Guess what? Boom. The view's open again. You can see everything really great. You can see everything just beautifully.
Wow.
All the way up.
Yeah, it used to be a wall. Wall of 10, 15 miles.
Right. A wall of $1 million homes. More than that. Mm-hmm. 10, 20 million. And, to be honest, let's be honest, right? So most of those homes are summer homes. Not a lot of the celebrities live in the house on the sand all year round. It's not like their investment from 1940 and they're holding on to it for their generations of kids because they were, it's not like they're upper middle class and holding on to this. Very few is that.
Right.
Most of it's just summer home, investment home, rental house.
Yeah.
Highly insured.
Maybe they live somewhere where it snows
Absolutely,
during the winter,
they do,
and they want to come here.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
When off season, they rent it out, Airbnb, whatever.
Yeah,
makes them. If they do that, some of these people, they have so much money, they don't even need to do that. They just lock it up.
Caretaker comes.
They just lock it up.
Yeah,
like you have a cabin in Big Bear,
and
so they're highly insured. So yeah, the fires came, but most of them weren't even occupied, so not a lot of deaths. And the insurance paid them out. How could they not? I mean, these things are highly insured for years, right? So everything's fine. So I get the view back. They get the money. We get the public access to the beaches again. And I look up on the hill and there's plenty of houses. I mean, I don't know. Things are working out. They're rebuilding.
It's just shifting.
We're shifting.
Constantly.
And, we need public access. It was 10 miles of just no public access, can't see the view for years, 40 years, 50 years. Okay, well, that's all done. And these people are just fine. Okay, they already had more money than God, and they've got the insurance payout.
Oh, yeah, they're not hurt.
Everything's great. I mean, I think the vast majority, everything's great. Is there one or two that was the upper middle class that did the investment in 1965, 1951? Those houses have always been worth something, I think.
Are they going to rebuild it?
Yeah, they're going to make it into parks and stuff. They're not going to put the houses back up there.
Oh, okay.
Because they want the view. Well, I don't know. They want the view. We want the view. And we want public access. Right. We want to go to the beaches in Malibu. I don't have to drive all the way through Malibu to get to the beaches.
So was it a planned thing? I know I've heard something about a conspiracy where this was planned and, the water was shut down or something.
Water was shut off.
Like they couldn't even access water to put out the fire department, right?
We're driving through, bro, and I saw a fire. I saw a whole fire station on right across the street from the mansions that burned up.
Yeah.
My friend and I were just going, how in the heck? There's a fire station right there. Like right there. And the houses are, we're talking 7 feet away is a fire station. And they hooked up and there was no water coming out. Look. And you're in the Palisades, one of the richest zip codes in the world. And your water doesn't work, bro. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't. And it also doesn't.
I remember seeing something like that going like.
And it also, there's houses that are burned and then there's other houses that are untouched right next to them. So I don't know how these fires are spreading, but it's really weird.
Maybe that's for another episode.
We did that Hawaii episode too, but the bottom line is we shifted to, it looks like positive things are coming of it. That's what I want to focus on, right? In the moment, it looks awful. You give it some time. God's in control. Universe is in control. Good things are happening. And from my own personal experience, my view's back.
Right.
And my intuition tells me that insurance was paid out. There's not a lot of people that lost everything and they don't know what to do anymore. Let's put it that way. They're not living in an RV in Santa Monica now because their $10 million home in Malibu burned up and they didn't get an insurance payout. That scenario doesn't exist.
Everything's God's will. And it's good. Romans 12:2. I love this one. I don't know when I found this one. It was like last season or something, but it's the best, dude. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
The renewing of your mind.
Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will.
Wow. Can you read that like 10 more times in a row?
I want to read this every morning.
Well, this is crazy because it's not the renewing of your body. It's not the renewing of your bank account. It's not the renewing of your job. It's not the renewing of your shoes. When you renew your shoes, when you get new shoes, or better yet, when you get new socks, because we all know we're wearing socks with holes in them. All right? Because I don't know why we don't want to throw them away.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good for you.
I currently have a renewing of the socks.
The renewing of the socks. Yeah, but instead, it's not the renewing of the food.
But be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Right. Because the renewing of your shirt, your food, that's what everyone's trying to do, right? They're running around, organic food.
Oh, that's to conform to the pattern of this world.
Yeah, that's the conform.
Do not do that.
Yeah, if you conform to the pattern, I'm gonna fight fire with fire. They're poisoning my food, so I'm gonna seek out healthier food. Right. But that's just running around in circles. Because what real evidence do you have that that's healthier than this other food, unless you grew it in your backyard?
Right.
Which that's cool too, but I don't have time for it. So how can you? So
if you bought it, have some sort of preservatives in it.
Yes. Maybe farmers market, strawberries on the way to Monterey. I
don't care what it is.
Yeah, I don't care. Those has been sprayed with pesticides.
Right. That's why they tell you to wash it when you go home.
Oh my God.
Which I never do.
You can't. No, I wash it. I got the kids. But yeah, they don't tell you to renew your food. That's conforming to the, what is it?
The pattern of this world.
Oh, that's conforming to the pattern of this world. Is this a podcast?
I know.
Or is that the Bible?
This one's goated, bro.
Wait a minute.
Do not conform to the pattern of this world. But be transformed by the renewing of the mind.
What's the conforming to the pattern of the world? That's believing everything you tell.
That's it.
That's following along with your 3D belief system that's gotten you nowhere as of now. Well, I don't know. I got a degree and I have a pretty good job. Look, I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Right.
Still got to work. But it's this idea that we're going to chase our own tails to get out of this thing, to better ourselves. That's not what we want to do.
We've been doing it.
Yeah. As a matter of fact.
It doesn't work.
As a matter of fact. Yeah, I was just talking to the Holy Spirit the other day going, why isn't this thing going a little bit faster?
Yeah.
I need this thing to go fast. She's like, all right, well, we can go faster.
You're chasing your tail.
Yeah. You're conforming.
Yeah.
On some level, conforming to this world. You just got to think about that.
Now it's too fast.
Like, what do you do? Yeah. Then I did. So I stopped. I knocked that one out too. And yet another one I knocked out. And now we're just speeding up way too fast. Now it's like, oh shoot, maybe I should conform can we just do like you hit the gas on the car and you hit the brake? You hit the gas, you hit the brake, you dabble in the darkness, you hit the brake a little bit.
Yeah.
It's going so fast that I don't even want to get out of bed. If it goes any faster, I'm going to get out of bed one day and it's just going to be the old, TV standby, with the fluorescent deal.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When it's like testing, no, it's just out of commission.
Yeah. Yeah. What is that? It's off air.
It's not even the emergency broadcast system. It's just off air. Yeah, and you just have the color chart.
Yeah, the color chart. Dude, that's all time. Did you ever watch that for a bunch of times? I used to watch it.
You just stare at it as a kid?
Yeah, it is.
That's it.
Does that hurts?
It hurts my ears.
Should we be meditating to this? Maybe that should be the new meditation.
Is that hurts? It hurts my ears.
We keep shifting, bro. I'm gonna get out of bed. I'm gonna open up the curtains to see what the day's like. All I'm gonna see out there is this.
Can you imagine? Oh, that'd be great.
We believe we're changing our beliefs a little too fast. This thing can't even catch up. Okay. So we got the Epstein Files. They've come out, right? And I remember they weren't going to come out.
Yeah.
There was a whole thing that Kash Patel, somebody in charge, was saying, you know what? We're not going to release them because there's nothing to release. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to release. And then the Democrats, the Republicans, all the different people, MAGA and left, they all started going nuts. We want the Epstein Files. The left saying the Epstein Files because Trump is in there. And then the right saying Epstein Files because all the Democrats are in there, whatever it is. And then I think it wasn't even the president. I think the Congress actually passed a bill to release them.
Mm-hmm.
Will you look up if there's going to be if this is the final release or if there's a second release or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Look that up because I'm hearing both. I'm hearing that this is the final release.
Really?
And then I'm also hearing no.
I think I heard that too.
And then I'm also hearing no, there's another batch they're going to release in like a month or something. They don't want to release them all at the same time. And so we're looking at these things, and everyone's freaking out for good reason. I mean, it's completely out of control. And I've, being a conspiracy theorist person for years now, I've already made my peace with, the people at the top, and this is some of the awful things they do. Although, to the extent that they're doing them, this was pretty eye-opening when I first got a gander at some of this stuff years ago, when it was all kind of hearsay, or I think it was WikiLeaks and Julian Assange had released some stuff with John Podesta and Hillary Clinton type thing during the first Trump running for president. Podesta released some, we got some files because, like I said, WikiLeaks released something. And so it was kind of hinting towards this type of child abduction, et cetera,
when was that?
Teenager abduction type thing. That was probably 2017, between 2016 and 2018, because I think it was released right before Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump when you went to go vote. So it was like in October of 2016. I think it was October 2000, and the Podesta files were released. And so, as a conspiracy, it was all over the conspiracy community, and it had a lot of bad stuff like this, weird paintings,
videos,
weird. Supposedly 4chan, kind of the dark web, had videos going around. I never delved that far into it because I don't want to get, I've got kids and stuff.
Right.
Just the surface was bad enough.
Sure.
What it was pointing towards. And you go down that rabbit hole a bit, and you kind of get to a point where you're like, all right, basically it's really bad. It involves kids, and I'm not going to go any farther.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of knew that there's bad people at the top, and they do messed up stuff, not just to adults. Right. So anyway, now fast forward, and we got the Epstein Files coming out, and now a lot of the normies and a lot of just the peripheral conspiracy type people that know about conspiracies but don't fully, not that they don't fully believe them, they do, but this, what do you want me to do about it type thing. There's kind of this just shrug.
Sure.
I try to, back in the day, I would try to tell people about it, but that really, you get to a certain point where it's like, okay, I've talked this thing to death. You woke enough people up about it, and you just got to let things. That's when I was kind of, what does it say? Conforming to the world.
Yeah.
That's kind of like when I was thinking, that's the only way I knew how, right? You learn some things, you try to tell people about it. Some people get it, some people don't, whatever. But as we go on this road, I have my spiritual awakening. Now it's more than waking people up. You don't got to worry about that. God will take care of that. You just take care of you, right? You just take care of the universal laws, right? Love your neighbor, love yourself, love your enemy, love God, and use your divine imagination to visualize the world you want.
Yeah.
Right. And you live in that world as your primary reality, and you don't worry about the stuff coming inside from the TV and stuff. You simply roll your eyes or smirk at it or say it out loud. Like I've told you in previous, I don't know, I do not consent, or it's not real.
Mm-hmm.
And then the timeline starts shifting. The 3D has to render and rationalize. And so with this Epstein thing, a lot of the normies online, everyone's freaking out. Okay, that's good. But I also want to bring you back to planet Earth too. So a lot of the things I'm hearing on there are, why isn't anything happening, right? This is so bad that why aren't there arrests? Why are they just, the elites are simply rubbing our faces in it and conditioning us to accept this level of evil and to try to demoralize us in a way that, they can get away with it. We can't do anything about it type idea. So a lot of the people are looking at the Epstein Files and they're going, okay, well, why would the government release this? It's probably to demoralize us and to get us to believe that they have more power than us. Because if they can do this type of evil stuff, then there's nothing we can do. And so now we're less than, and they're at the top again. Right. And so people, they're reacting emotionally. How can you not react emotionally? Right. You're seeing evidence that, children were abducted, et cetera, teenagers, et cetera. The island, it's all very terrible. So how can you not get this kind of less than idea? Or Israel's, running everything, right? And that's why he escaped to Israel and he's still alive, and they just get away with all this stuff, right? Because you have the Epstein didn't kill himself, the famous meme. And then you've got the fact, even if you go down that rabbit hole, which I did, you find out that he was in the jail cell and then all of a sudden he wasn't.
Right.
And then you look at the videos in the jail cell, and the videos just happen to cut out all the video cameras in this high maximum security prison went blank at the same time. And when they came back online, he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Or he was there and he was hanging, or
that's what it was.
Right? No one could see what happened.
Right.
And so you go, well, how can they all fail at the same time? And the guards and all these different things. And so then you got these pictures coming out of Israel that show, this guy with a beard and a hair. It looks just like the Epstein. Could be AI. Probably is him. And so I wanted to kind of tackle this thing from a 5-dimensional standpoint, okay? And so what I believe is happening, what I know is happening, at least for myself, right? Because I can only verify my own experience. But what may help some people out there that are kind of running into this right now is that people are saying, well, why is no one being arrested? Why is nothing happening?
Yeah, it's almost like, so the Epstein Files, this was like a couple weeks ago or something, they released. Trump was talking about it for a long time, and they finally came out.
Is it a week ago?
Was it a week ago?
I think so.
I didn't hear anything about it. Like, I'm just like, well, I heard that they were released.
I did too.
Nobody was covering anything.
No
one was talking about it. The first time I heard about it was a couple of days ago.
On
My
Instagram.
son was like, have you heard any of this? Like, he's read a bunch of it.
Right.
He's like, I'm like, oh yeah. And yeah, it's on the Department of Justice, and he's telling me about it. I'm like, well, why is not, like, nobody's talking about it?
Yeah, the news
isn't. If it's like
the
crazy.
The news isn't really covering it.
Yeah. And then,
and from my standpoint, wait, is the volume okay? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
Okay,
fine.
good. So from my standpoint, it was,
hey, I can hear you fine, but forget about the listeners.
Yeah, that's true. You sound really, is the voice sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
Here, turn the thing up. I can't hear me that well.
We're at the
Hello? There we go. That's better. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so your son comes to you, this, that, and the other.
And he talks, and we're talking about the car ride out to mom's, and he's like, yeah, it's this, that, and the other. And it's like everything, is checked out. Like you've been saying is right. Like, everything.
And the reason I didn't go
how come no one's talking about it?
Right. And the reason I didn't go into it is because I kind of already knew this type of stuff.
Okay.
And nothing has happened.
So what's the adaptation?
So, so people are thinking, so why isn't anything happening? Right. And why isn't anything happening is the question. And the answer is because everything's already happened. You love that answer, don't you?
I do.
Isn't that great? Don't you just love that? You didn't see that coming.
I love a form of confirmation rather than just the world buffering.
Right.
Like, I'm just impatient when it comes to that,
just
bro.
Stuttering.
Like, just go.
You're watching your favorite movie.
Or Super Bowl.
We're shifting the timelines.
Yeah.
We can see it's happening, and then it buffers. And you're like, is it the internet? Do I need to unplug this thing and count to 30? What's going on with our reality? I've been loving my neighbor. I've been loving myself. I've been loving God. I've been loving my enemy. And we're still dealing with this, hell world, the little bit on the peripheral, right?
Yeah.
Your individual life is pretty heavenly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, me too. But that damn TV keeps insisting that it's not heaven. Okay, so that's great. So why isn't anything happening? Well, now you have a crossroads here for your belief, right? Mm-hmm. So on one hand, yes, the elites want this.
This is that friction you were talking about.
Exactly. The elites do want to release this stuff to rub it in your face, get you to react emotionally and believe that they're at the top and we're at the bottom and there's nothing we can ever do about it. That's their motivation for letting it go. However, our belief, there's another way to look at these things, okay? And it's even in the Epstein Files. So back in the day, 2020 or so, when the lockdowns happened, there was this movement called Q, right? Or QAnon, right?
Yeah.
And when it first started, it was just kind of a in general conspiracy type thing. 9/11, food is poisonous with all the additives, just the normal stuff. The elites at the top run all the banks, et cetera, et cetera. And there was something that they kept saying. As a conspiracy theorist person, I would try to hover over all the different factions of conspiracy, whether it's the reptilian or whether the UFO or whatever, that's the elites or the Illuminati, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I kind of look at all of them and kind of take it in, just like you would take in the news scores the sports scores in the news, right? And somewhere in there is the truth. You don't know which one really, right? Because you got the CIA muddying the waters all the time. Everything's a psyop, as we know. So you gotta take it with a little grain of salt. At the end of the day, you gotta go to work, you gotta raise your kids, you gotta love your neighbor, right? So this QAnon thing, right before COVID, they kept doing this, saying this kind of key word that the storm is coming, something big is about to happen, blah, 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 blah. And I always thought that was, but nothing ever happened, right? Yeah. So then COVID happened. And it was massive. And it was worldwide.
Yeah.
And it was like, my friends were going,
devastating.
This is crazy, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, this is not, everything's shutting down for real. Like, all the countries are agreeing on this. We're all wearing masks. We're all in our homes. This is a nightmare. And I thought to myself, my goodness, out of all the different groups, no one could have predicted this COVID thing. No one predicted this COVID thing, except for one group. The Q frickin' movement predicted this thing, right? They kept saying this. It's going to be a worldwide. Mm-hmm. It's going to be this, that, and the other, right?
Okay.
And so I'm like, oh, that's kind of true. They were finally right about something, but even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
So then you have the Q, you have the QAnon thing. And what happened with that was, like, we went through COVID and Trump lost the presidency. Biden gets in. We've got Fauci. We've got all this stuff. And the other thing that QAnon kept saying was they were the first ones to talk about Pizzagate, right? Right before the Podesta emails dropped from Julian Assange and WikiLeaks. QAnon predicted this worldwide event. No one knew it was going to be, right? Mm-hmm. But even a broken clock, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Not saying they're the, genie. However, right after that, they were the first ones also. The community was the first ones to start talking about this child abduction thing and that these elites do these strange things with kids. And then right after that, the Podesta files drop. Podesta emails, Hillary and Podesta emails. You can look that up.
Okay.
And those allude to this idea of the children being abducted and strange things going on.
At this pizza joint in New York
right,
or Philly or something.
Right,
I remember
okay.
something about that.
And then the media went on there and said everyone's a nut job. Okay.
Yes, I do remember that too.
Okay. Now Epstein Files come out and kind of confirm all these different euphemisms about pizza and all these other things in relation to children. And then the guy who was part of the Comet Ping Pong, or the guy who said that it was all conspiracy theory, he gets arrested. He gets arrested on having child, inappropriate stuff on his computer. And then you get the Epstein Files, and they kind of confirm all this about the pizza thing. So now the Q thing's right about two things before it hits the mainstream news. Okay. So then you got to move along, and we're going through the COVID. That goes away. We change our beliefs. And the Q thing another thing happens where it starts talking about, so the COVID, the Podesta emails. Okay. And then you have the January 6th Insurrection, right? And right around that time is when I had my spiritual awakening, right? I kind of hit the wall because it looked like, all the dystopic type stuff. We're all going to have QR codes and all this stuff. So I had the spiritual awakening. I changed my beliefs. All of a sudden, things start getting better immediately, right? QR codes idea goes away. COVID disappears, et cetera, et cetera. So now we're shifting timelines.
Yeah.
Right? And then we do an episode on UFOs, and we make the connection that UFOs are angels. They're benevolent. They're not malevolent, right? They're benevolent. They're here to help us, all this stuff. And so I start making other episodes on how shifting our beliefs shifts the timeline. That's why we have the Mandela effects. And how, when you shift timelines, you're going to see the actual reality you're living in has to catch up, right? We call it the 3D is rationalizing your new belief.
Right.
So I start believing that we're sons of God and that we create reality and we take our sovereignty back. And all of a sudden, the COVID, the QR, the whole thing goes away, right? Mm-hmm. And we keep shifting higher and higher realms. Now, that's not to say that there isn't a reality that still exists, that's out there. That,
of course there is.
That the COVID's still happening. Everyone's still on lockdown. Everyone's using QR codes to get on airplanes. Okay, that does exist, but we're not in that reality. God bless us all, right? So we keep going up this ladder. And as we go up this ladder, Jacob's ladder, you could call it, right? The ladder to heaven. Look up Jacob's ladder. I think it's a poem or something. It's really cool. Anyway, we're going up Jacob's ladder here towards ascension, to bringing the kingdom to earth. And so as we do that, okay, it's almost like we're taking the viruses out of our PC or out of our computer. Our new belief system is a virus killer. And the viruses in our current reality have to be expunged before the kingdom can come, right? We can't have a bunch of Epstein Islands running around in the kingdom.
Right.
So how is the 3D going to rationalize getting rid of that? Well, we're going to arrest Epstein. That happened, right? And then you're going to release the files so people understand that there's an evil out there that's just way too much. Then they have a choice. What are they going to do? They're going to go riot in the streets? Or are they going to go inward?
Yeah, there's a verse. Remember that verse, leave it at the altar?
Right, because the evil is so vast and so big, there's nothing you can really do, right? That's where we get to the less than. But is there something you can do? Yes, there is. You can love your enemy. Right? How do you do that? You feel sorry, you
forgive.
Yeah, right. I mean, the acts are so heinous. The forgiveness isn't that it was okay. The forgiveness is, I'm moving on. I'm not going to let you and what you did.
To.
First off,
in order to get to the kingdom, you have to leave it at the altar.
I'm just going to leave it to God. We know the children are fine now because whether they're in the next dimension or not, they're made whole. Every tear will be wiped away. We've got the verse.
Right.
All right. So that's okay. And we're not going to let them hijack us emotionally. Okay. Now, why isn't anything happening? It is happening, and it's already happened. Okay. So the other thing the Q thing started doing was it started saying that the military of the United States was already on top of this whole network of people doing this to kids, okay? And doing the Epstein Islands. There's more islands than just Epstein. It's worldwide type of human trafficking thing. All right. This is what Q said. This is what the Q people, the Q community believed, okay?
Okay.
They believed that the there was factions of the U.S. government military that already knew about all this and have already taken steps to eradicate all of these people that did this. And that the people you see on the TV now, that let's say they're in the Epstein Files, okay? And let's say they have...
There's a lot.
There is. Let's say you have Jay-Z or somebody in the Epstein Files.
I've seen Bill Gates on
Okay,
pictures.
let's say you see the Bill Gates or the Joe Biden, whatever it may be.
Sure.
And you go, well, if they've already been arrested by the military, like the Q people, the Q nut jobs say, if they've already been arrested, then how come I'm seeing them on the TV? Well, because they swapped out the real one and they popped in the actor. They've got actors, they've got body doubles, and they've got, you've ever seen Mission Impossible? right?
Oh, yeah.
A huge thing. Mission Impossible, they pull off the masks.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise looks like the bad guy, and he's commanding all the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then he rips his mask off, and he's really Tom Cruise, and he shoots the bad guys. Things like that. That's all through all the Mission Impossible movies.
I've seen that.
Okay,
yes.
well, okay,
and Bugs Bunny, they do that. They do it in everything.
Yeah, they do. Scooby Doo. They've got the mask.
Oh,
but
every episode.
But for real though, like in the Mission Impossible, it's like hyper realist masks, and you can even look up on YouTube hyper real masks. Okay, now the intelligence community has admittedly been using these things for years, since like the 70s, and now 2026, the technology is even way better.
Of course,
and they're saying that they've taken away the celebrities and replaced them with people and actors wearing masks. And or if it's only going to be on a TV, they can use CGI or AI to make a doppelganger. I know you're thinking this is nuts, okay? But just hear me out, all right? First off, you can verify the technology's there, okay? Second off, you look at some of these stills that, if you just look this stuff up on TikTok or Instagram, you'll see some nut jobs in there, but there's a few that it's worth looking at. Can you see where the mask ends and the skin begins and things like that? And you can, okay? And then the rationalization from the 3D is that, oh, it's just a pixelization, or it's just the makeup for the TV before he was in front of the camera is a little off. However, so over the years, I've just kind of filed that away, right?
Yeah.
Don't give it a lot of power. I'm in control of my destiny. But now the Epstein Files come out, and guess what we have? Guess what pops up in the Epstein Files? Well, what pops up is an email.
There's a place that custom makes masks. I can have you a mask in
Hyper real? Hyper real?
Yeah, dude.
That's what I mean. And you think, okay,
I
so
mean, this is what's available to me right now
to
on
you
the
and
internet.
me. Imagine what's available to them.
Right.
Okay. So then you go to so I just kind of filed that away, didn't really bring it up to anybody. All right. And then I dabble in the Epstein, or I saw Instagram, somebody was dabbling in the Epstein Files, and they pulled this PDF document up, and I'll send it to you.
What is this?
I'm going to read it to you here. Tim, send that to you. Okay. Yes. Okay. Here's the email. Okay. And it's PDF number EFTA00173266. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, just as a normal conspiracy person, I've just maintained a side eye on all the different communities just to see what happens. And the one that keeps popping up is the QAnons. I mean, they're right about a lot of stuff. And so I get this email that I just told you, the PDF.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an email from, it doesn't say, this is one of the very few ones where it doesn't give you a to, a from, or a to. All right. But it's in here, and it looks like it's the U.S. military talking to one of these low-level elites, or someone that knows, like the Epstein people, or someone that knows what's going on. And it says here, now this is in the email, okay? EFTA00173266. Now that you know who you are dealing with, U.S. military, I wanted to resend this over because you see, quantum, and then mentioning quantum, which is weird because we're always talking about quantum.
Yes.
Right. And we know about from a previous episode, the Project Looking Glass that the elites have, where the timelines converge.
Right.
And they can't stop. I think the operative that when we listened to the recording said they can't stop what's coming because it's beautiful, and it's basically God wins type thing.
Yeah.
So he says this quantum thing, and then he stops the sentence. He says, please interrupt your pre-Christmas festivities this great December 21st, which is the winter solstice day of rebirth for us and destruction for many others, and prepare for what is ahead for you in 2021. An redacted person who is complicit in crimes has been expecting this email for 4 years since I warned him in October 2016. And because when Japan unifies under common law, well, I kind of think they'd also like to know this story too. And he starts saying, we know that you're treasonous criminals that are doing this to kids. and that you're going to be tried for treason in a military court. And it says here that right here it says, and because you're so evil and stupid, you think that you're going to get away with this, but we've already got all your emails and all your text messages about all this bad stuff you've done. And if you think you're going to get away from it by going to the president, which would be Biden at that time, it says here, this is so strange. It says here that you got to read this whole email. There's 9 pages. So I'm just trying to get to this. It's so good. Copying random people. Okay. It says, basically it says here that Biden that Biden was taken out by the U.S. military, kind of like a Delta Force, what the QAnon people called white hats. They say that Biden was taken out in 2019 at a military tribunal based on his crimes and all the evidence they have, because they've got the emails, the videos, et cetera, et cetera. And they say that he was, shot.
Put before a firing squad.
Okay, you read it, yeah. Put before a firing squad. And the guy you see now is wearing a mask. Okay, full stop, okay? So years ago, the QAnon nut job community, that's what they've been called, even though they've been right about a lot of things, right? Says
even Bill Maher was like, when do we give them an apology?
Yes. Bill Maher went on his show like 3 days ago and said, should we give our QAnon friends the big apology
they were
now?
Right the whole time.
Right about the pizza, right about the lockdown, right about and now, we've got this thing that says, so if you're making something up, if there's nothing to this, why would you say, this is pretty out there to say that you're emailing a high level person that's doing evil things. Yeah. And you're saying that we've got it all and we've got all your buddies and you're going down. And if you think you're going to get out of it with the president, well, he was already killed he was already tried and found guilty and put before a firing squad. And the guy you see now is wearing a mask. And QAnon is years before saying that the U.S. good people in the U.S. military, a faction of the U.S. military, is already started cleaning up all this evil. And this guy that you see on TV is wearing a mask. And then you look on, and then you go on YouTube or wherever you want to go and you look up Biden wearing a mask. And sure, you'll see a bunch of stuff trying to debunk it. However, if you add these Epstein files in and this claim in this Epstein file with what these conspiracy theorists of the QAnon community have been saying for years, I mean, it's very coincidental. I mean, this is the first piece of kind of official anything you've ever seen that could mildly confirm this. Now, sure, you can say that this email is taken out of context, or this is just from a nut job that emailed the Justice Department one time. But is it though? Would they keep this thing and classify it for 10 years if it was just nothing? Would the Justice Department just grab a random nut job's email? It has no basis in reality at all. The one I just told you that I read on the air,
which sounds crazy.
Go read it yourself. It sounds completely batshit crazy. If it's so crazy, why would a person in the Justice Department save this, redact the names, and classify it for 8 years? Like if I start going online and sending you emails about Pegasus,
right,
and Pegasus is going to kill Trump or something, they're not going to do that. They're not going to come knock at my door and go, so we see you've been saying Pegasus is going to kill Trump. Like, that's not credible. They wouldn't need to save that. They wouldn't need to knock on my door about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On it.
Right. Why would they save this? Why is this in there?
Right.
So my point is, why is nothing happening? Why is that? Maybe it's because
it's already happened.
It's already happened, like the QAnon people have been saying. And then you go, well, if the QAnon, now the main flaw with QAnon is this whole idea that Trump is a good guy type idea. But Trump doesn't have to be a good guy for this to be true, okay? Because if a military operation of high-level good people were in control, they would have already compromised him too. And he would already have to be doing what they say as well.
Yes.
And that's why, so that's why Jeffrey Epstein is still alive, because now he's in witness protection because military already told him you need to cooperate or X, Y, and Z is about to happen. Just like they may have done it to Trump. Just like they may have done it to Biden. Just like they may have done it to all types of different people.
Sure.
Right? So we're already getting to a point where we're thinking more than now, right? We're thinking more than now. Well, what evidence do we have that this could possibly be true, that the good guys are in control, right? So a good one I like that really hits for me is, again, guys, this is a show where we use our imagination on what is and what could be, right? So what could be? A great one I've been using lately is P. Diddy, okay? You look at and I worked in Hollywood for 5 years in my 20s, and I did 2 P. Diddy music videos, okay? So I met the guy. I've seen him live in person a couple times. And you like hip hop, okay? He's big in the 90s, Biggie, the whole thing. Then Biggie died. He has a bunch of hits, right? We've seen him on music videos. Okay, well, if you compare P. Diddy from the 90s or even the early 2000s to the P. Diddy that was just on trial, look at those pictures side by side. I don't think you're seeing P. Diddy. I don't think that's P. Diddy. Right?
Really?
I mean, you start looking at it. It looks weird, bro. There's a new one just came out too. Jeff Bezos. He just gave an interview the other day on TV. Look it up on YouTube. And then you take a Jeff Bezos from just 7 months ago. You know, the one that's ripped. He's on TRT or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's not looking like Jeff Bezos. I mean, it's just not looking like Jeff Bezos. Right? So these are good notes to just put in your head and just save them, put them on a shelf and file them away and just keep watching as things go by. We don't want to put too much emotion into the less than. I'm trying to give you a purple pill to swallow, to just hold on to through this tumultuous time. Why is nothing happening? Maybe because it already has, or maybe because it's about to, right? The other thing is, another way to look at it as more than is, we're changing our reality by changing our belief.
Of course.
Okay. So and I said this at the beginning of this episode, right? So as we change our beliefs, we're shifting the timelines into higher realms. There is a timeline where they're not caught, but slowly we keep shifting into love and loving our neighbor and forgiving our enemy and loving our enemy and loving God, right? It's got to shift. It's got to shift. So there is a timeline where this stuff is gone, where good guys win, where God wins. That's the timeline we're trying to get to. And what signs do we have that we're getting there? Well, signs like this, things I'm telling you right now. Signs like this. If we start believing that maybe it's not the Delta Force White Hats, but maybe it's something that is exposing them, that is getting it because it's already happened, or it's about to happen, or it's a positive.
I feel like it's a case of like, you know, where if like they're giving us this information, right? And we're trying to, you know, it's like sprinkling the breadcrumbs, right? And we're obviously playing catch up because if it's something that they're throwing out right now, they're probably 6 or 7 moves ahead.
Right. And don't forget, we're 6 and 7 moves ahead too with our belief, with our imagination. We're already imagining the kingdom coming.
Yeah.
And so the 3D has to rationalize it. How is it going to rationalize? It's got to rationalize by expose.
By glitching.
Yeah, right. Well, we don't want it to glitch because then we're just boop. But it's got to, if we're going to the higher timelines, we've got to get rid of these viruses. So first it's got to be exposed, right? And then it's got to somehow, justice has to come, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's got to render. The 3D has got to render our new belief. Yeah. And this is simply part of the new rendering. And how can it render? Well, it can render in a lot of ways, right? It's given us a lot of, the 3D is out there giving us a lot of options for our rendering. We've got the Pleiadians, right? We've got the UFOs. We did a episode on that. And I talked about it again today.
Yeah.
Right? And so you've got this idea out there that the UFOs, or, you know, I know this seems out there, dude, but we've come a long way, okay? And so the 3D's got to throw some crazy shit at us in order to get us to the kingdom, which matches our beliefs. So you're going to see a lot of crazy stuff. And one of them might be that the UFOs have been helping the Delta Force or whatever government get these guys. For a lot of what evidence do we have that that's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, well, and I think I put it on a previous episode, but and this is crazy.
We've had episodes about UFOs.
Yeah, but I think we even put this on there. Israeli Defense Minister. Okay. Okay. What are this? Here it is. Look at this. Okay, what evidence do we have that UFOs could be working with government, good people in government, to get the Jeffrey Epstein type of people in the world? Okay, well, you can pull it up. NBC News, former Israeli space security chief. I mean, are you hearing this? Former Israeli space. So he used to be the Israeli space security chief. Says extraterrestrials exist and Trump knows about it. And he calls it the Galactic Federation even. If you type in Galactic Federation helping us,
Star Trek pops up.
Bro, no, it doesn't. A lot of crazy stuff pops up that's very plausible, bro.
Well,
that's
what's this weird. Guy's saying
look, that's what's weird about this. Remember, I've kind of keep an eye on everything because I run a strange podcast. But this one really took me for a galactic federation has been waiting for humans to reach a stage where we will understand what space and spaceships are. Former Israeli space security chief has sent eyebrows shooting heavenward by saying that Earthlings have been in contact with extraterrestrials from a galactic federation and that they're in contact with Trump. Okay. There is an agreement between the U.S. government and the aliens, he says. They signed a contract. They've been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what all this means. Okay. And then we have Trump at a press conference. Now listen, I'm not Team Trump, but all I'm saying is, look, if Obama was the president right now, as we're shifting our beliefs, to shift our consciousness, to shift to higher timelines, it would be Obama would be the guy. But that's not what it is right now. Okay. So we've got this press conference where why would you ask the president this question? If it's, look, you guys got to remember, man, if this is so insane what I've been telling you, then why would a member of the press even ask this question to Trump? Now, back when he asked this question, it could be just because Trump's kind of a goof and he was just trying to get Trump to, say something goofy about it.
Spotter.
Yeah. But let's just see. Okay, here we go. Watch this. Hold on. Let me get the condensed version. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, now listen to this. Okay, everything I just told you, right? QAnon, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 3 years ago, he's at a press conference. Someone asked him this.
This belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind, or like?
I haven't heard that, but is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing? If I can help save the world from problems, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put myself out there.
Oh, okay. What? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I just got done telling us. We have an email from the Epstein Files saying that the tribunal, right, all this stuff, shop, people wearing masks, right? QAnon's been saying that Trump knows about these malevolent UFOs that have been helping him to get rid of these people. I know it sounds out there, but because we're changing our beliefs, The 3D has to render a rationalization for this, you guys. This is how close we're getting. This is how fast we're moving the needle to a higher dimension, a higher timeline. And the 3D, we can't just wake up one day and it just renders it all. There's just castles and it's just the golden era outside. That's not how this shit works. It's got to be a journey. It's got to sprinkle. It's like you were saying, the 3D has to, you can't just throw a steak on the Barbie and it's just done. You got to, the seasoning, you got marinade, you got to freaking throw it, right?
It's gonna take some time.
So what is this? What in the heck is this? What did this reporter say? Why are you saying this? and then if you're the president, honestly, I know he has a stand-up type, but he tries to be funny, whatever.
He does. He's kind of witty.
Yeah, but times. I mean, what is this kind of question?
Ridiculous.
You would just wave him off.
If you heard that,
if I asked the president that question, I'd be taken out by security, bro. Let's face it.
You'd be in prison.
Even if I had the credential.
But can you imagine any other president being asked this?
No.
I mean, any president.
Is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals? Does that sound like something you are behind? Or like
I haven't heard that, but is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing?
I mean, there's this belief amongst some nut jobs, and they were calling. You were tarred and feathered back in the day if you believed any part of the QAnon thing, okay? Even if you believed in even if it, 9/11 was an inside job type thing that they did to start a war with Iraq, even if it was just base level.
I had to cover up my QAnon tattoo with music notes and gibberish.
I mean, seriously, even if you were just like the central bank, even if, the Federal Reserve is a private bank, it's not even part of the federal government. If you even knew that, that's just basic, even admitted.
Right.
They were calling you QAnon. I mean, they just started calling everybody that. So they have this.
Yeah.
And then
if you sounded psychotic,
right. So then
you're QAnon.
Okay. So satanic pedophiles who are cannibals. Now fast forward. That was 3 years ago, right? When that was put on YouTube. So it was maybe 4. I don't know. Fast forward. And now you're going through Epstein Files and it's like, oh wait, satanic cannibals, satanic pedophiles. Something's lining up. It's all lining up.
Right.
Wow. That's strange. And then you got an email saying that Biden and the military is in control. And then the QAnon, you think they're really out there, right? Malevolent UFOs are helping us to take out the satanic pedophiles. I mean, I have a former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist and Trump knows about it. I mean, are we making the connections here or what? I mean, this is...
You're going to love this one.
Okay.
Even Matthew's talking about it.
What?
Matthew.
We love Matthew.
3:12. He is ready to separate the chaff from the wheat.
He is ready to separate it.
With his winnowing fork. Then he will clean up the threshing area, gather the wheat into his barn and the burning chaff with never-ending fire.
Right. What's
all this is. It's separating.
What's that going to look like?
The wheat from the chaff.
What's that going to look like? Well, I mean, the 3D has to rationalize. It has to render. Mm-hmm. This is what it's going to look like.
Yeah, in this timeline,
right?
In this reality,
right?
That's what this looks like.
Why would a
in this generation?
Yes,
I love how
in this timeline.
In this generation,
you know why? Because we're the generation that loves Star Wars, so we got to have some UFOs. We're the generation that likes John Wayne, so you're gonna have some crass head of state up here, right? Cracking jokes and freaking rounding up people with you don't know, yeah. Right? So
like what is it? PI
yeah, what is that? What is that separation going to do? What's that going to look like? I think it's going to look like a lot like this, because we have two ways of going. So I'm not saying, okay, I didn't just get on the mic today and go, the Epstein Files have been released and we need to just make sure that we love and forgive our enemies so we can go to the higher timelines. No. That's not what I've done. That's not what I've done. The elites have released this and we have two paths. We can do a less than, which is there's throwing it in our face and can do anything about it, or we have a more than. Mm-hmm. And why isn't anything happening to it? It's hard to get to the more than when you don't have any pieces of reality to grab at.
Well, yeah.
But I do.
You have to use your imagination.
Yeah, you do. And but even with the imagination, We need, like when I go to my imagination, I don't just imagine myself in a spaceship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine you and my friends, my loved ones, my house, you still got to have a base. Otherwise you wake up and it's, boo. We don't want to do that.
Right.
It's got to render. So I didn't just get on here and say, now listen, guys, we need to not focus on like, how can you not read? Some people are on the socials and are going, don't give it any of your power, just ignore it. But like, no, like that's not going to, what? No. Let it come at you. And instead we got a more than. Something's already happening.
Mm-hmm.
Something good is happening. And we've got a lot of pieces of reality to grab onto that have already been given to us, that have already been tested over the last 10 years or so. And whether you want to take one piece of this or all pieces of it, take whatever suits you, whatever resonates with you, whether it's the alien. We know that UFOs are everywhere now, bro. They're getting ready to announce that they're real. All right. And then why would a former Israeli space security chief say this? This sounds like he's a nut. He'll never get a job again. This guy's got plenty of money. He's got plenty of cash. He's well respected. You don't just become the Israeli space security chief because you're a dipshit.
Right.
He's well respected, has a great education, probably has a nice bank account, beautiful wife, 3 kids probably. Why is he saying this? Why is he saying that Trump is in contact and made deals with extraterrestrials, which coincides with the QAnon? They think that too. I think a few episodes ago, I did. Wasn't there in that UFO? We did 2 episodes on it. There was
clouds.
But there was
it's in the Bible.
There was a classified document that said star seeds from a newspaper that they classified.
Yes.
Boom. Right. The star seeds are here to raise human consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's extraterrestrials are making deals with Trump, and Trump's supposed to be, compromised in the sense that the good guys have made him work for them. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then we have this too. Okay. Look at this thing. This is one of the weirdest things. Have you guys ever heard of this?
Is this even weirder?
This is weirder. 80s.
Because a lot of this is hard to believe.
I know, but I'm
just being honest.
Listen, I'm only looking at what's in front. I'm looking at NBC News. Former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist and Trump knows about it and did a contract. Go look it up.
Yeah.
And then we have a reporter going, satanic pedophiles that are cannibals. And it sounds completely insane, but we have the Epstein Files. It looks like they're satanic pedophiles doing cannibal shit.
Right.
I mean, right?
Yes. Yes.
This isn't just me. I'm telling you, this is a render because we're starting to go up that Jacob's ladder. Did you look up that Jacob's ladder?
No, my internet's, I don't know. Dude, you need new internet.
No, I don't. My stuff's pulling up.
My shit's still buffering.
Here we go. Here's the alien broadcast. The alien broadcast that interrupted live TV in 1977.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you told me about this.
Okay. I thought it was in the 80s. Let's hear what this says.
What's this? In 1977, something strange happened. Southern England was watching the evening news when the voice changed. A deep metallic tone cut through the broadcast. This is the voice of Relon of the Ashtar Galactic Command. For 6 minutes, 500,000 viewers heard a distorted alien urging humanity to lay down its weapons and enter a new age of Aquarius. The image never changed, only the sound. Then, silence. The regular broadcast resumed as if nothing happened. Investigators traced the signal to the Hannington transmitter, but the culprit was never found. Was it a prank with a perfect inside hack?
Okay. So that happened, but where's the actual message? Let's see.
In 1977?
Yeah. Let's see. Here it is. Wait, no.
I don't think that was a prank.
They couldn't find, dude. It took over the it took over the TV stations in a large swath of Southern England, and they couldn't find the guy. Come on, bro. If you and I, first off, what kind of technology you have in 1977 to do that?
Yeah,
a ham radio.
I know. That's what my initial thought was, like 1977.
Is that what we're doing? We're doing ham radio.
Yeah, you're hacking with a ham radio.
Yeah, no, you're not. Okay. All right. Now, I found the broadcast. Okay. All right. So we have the Israeli space security chief says that, extraterrestrials exist, or non-human intelligence, right? And Trump knows about it, and he calls it the Galactic Federation.
Yes.
And then the QAnon people call it the Ashtar Galactic Federation. Okay. And this is what these people are talking about. And one is in one is just, when is this article? Okay. When is this article?
It was pretty recent.
This article is 2020, right? When all the weird COVID and Q thing was taking off.
Yeah. The storm.
Yeah. Right. And then you have this from 1977. Okay. So we got this. So they're watching the news in South. It starts going crazy. I mean, this happened. This guy's saying, my name's Vrillin. I'm from the Ashtar Galactic Command. I'm here to warn you guys to stop being jerks and start loving your neighbor and put down the nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll walk you through it, okay?
That was in 1977.
It's called the Ashtar Galactic Command.
Yeah. And was that...
And then here we are in 2020 with the Israeli space guy going, Galactic Command.
Where was that?
This was South Britain, watching the news.
Across one network?
Across southern Britain.
I know, but...
I don't know.
There's 13 different channels.
A lot of people saw this because it was national news.
5.
It was national news.
Fuzzy,
like
7.
Our news covered it too.
So
that's how big it was.
Was it just one network or all the airwaves?
It was just this network, I believe.
Okay.
Don't quote me. But it basically says, this is the voice of Vrillin, a representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command speaking to you. So for many years, you have seen us as lights in the sky. We speak to you now, peace and wisdom, as we have done to your brothers and sisters all over your planet Earth. Fast forward. We come to warn you of the destiny of your race and your world so that you can communicate to your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster. This is in order that you may share in the Great Awakening. I mean, you can't make this up. Is this true? He says that too? The Great Awakening. Really? And that's what Q says too, is the Great Awakening. Well, a lot of people say the Great Awakening. That's part of the, even the Christians and even the doomers that go Revelation. And
right.
I think the Bible says Great Awakening. This guy's saying Great Awakening 1977. And that's what this whole thing is called from the.
It's the Awakening.
I'm getting freaked out. And the new age of Aquarius, we just went into the age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
We just went into the age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
Right? Was it this last December or was it December before?
It was last season. We had an episode.
This is in an order that you may share in the Great Awakening as the planet passes into the new age of Aquarius. The new age can be a time of great peace and evolution for your race, but only if your rulers are made aware of the evil forces that can overshadow their judgments. Oh, the evil forces like the satanic pedophile? This is trippy. All your weapons of evil must be removed. The time for conflict is now past. The race of which you are a part of may proceed to the higher stages of the of its evolution. That's what I'm talking about. The higher realms, the higher stages, shifting the timeline.
Right.
If you show yourselves worthy to do this,
the kingdom,
you have but a short time to learn to live together in peace and goodwill. But how do you live together in peace and goodwill? Do you go out and hold hands? Well, that'd be great. However, if you're just doing the universal laws,
love.
Correct. Now, let's say you and I are doing the universal laws, okay? And there's some people over in Europe that are doing universal laws, right? That's showing that you You and me and those two people over there are living in peace and unity, even if we don't know each other. Just our vibration is showing peace and unity with those. Right? And we're talking about evolution of consciousness, which is what we've been. Listen, I've never even played this thing. I never watched the whole thing all the way through. Holy Spirit just told me to use this in today's show because I know about it in peripheral.
Right.
Like I said, I cover, my brain puts all this stuff on bookshelves. It files it away until it makes sense or until Holy Spirit prompts me to add it for this message.
Mm-hmm.
I've never actually read the entire message of this guy in 1977. Now I am with you right now, and I'm starting to get freaking freaked out. Because it's talking about evolution of consciousness.
I had never heard of it.
It's talking about Galactic Federation.
Right.
It's talking about Great Awakening, right? But it says you have to live in peace, show that you're willing to. Well, we are, and those people in Europe are, right? So why would we be in the same as the people that aren't? We wouldn't. That's the split you're talking about with that verse you just came up. Small groups all over the planet are learning this. Back to the message, and exist to pass on the light. The dawning new age to you all. You are free to accept or reject their teachings, but only those who learn to live in peace will pass to the higher realms of spiritual evolution. Can you believe it? This is the message? If this was a hacker, this guy's talking like it's 2026, dude.
I know. That's what
I'm starting to get freaked out about.
Yeah.
I'm freaked out. Okay? But only those who learn to live in peace will pass to the higher realms of spiritual evolution. Okay? Hear now the voice of Vrillin, representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. Beware that also that there are many false prophets and guides operating in your world. They will suck your energy from you, the energy and money, and will put it to evil ends and give you worthless stuff in return.
Yeah,
right?
It's just temporal.
Right.
Bullshit that you get in this world, 3D world.
Right. Your inner divine self will protect you from this. Are you kidding? This is the message? Tim, I swear to you, I think I watched this thing like 5 years ago and it was different, dude.
Really? I mean, because that sounds like
this sounds like us. I mean, is this the podcast? This is weird.
know.
And if this was a hoax, why in the fuck would it be this? It'd be Bart Simpson saying, it'd be Bart Simpson saying Jack Antoff wants you to come home. Is Jack Antoff there? Jack off there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this was a prankster, 1977, you're thinking 1968, 68 to 72 for anything. But to be this on point, dude, I've looked into the stuff that they were saying. It wasn't this on point. It was always a little bit off. It was free sex, free love, take LSD. That's not what this is saying. Your inner divine self will protect you. You must learn to be sensitive to the voice within. Who talks about the voice within?
Who said that?
Who talks about the voice within?
He is in me, I am in you.
The little small voice. Hey. I mean, you must learn to be sensitive to the voice within.
This hacker said this?
Yeah, that can tell you.
On that broadcast.
Yeah, but it's not a hacker. It's the real deal.
Wow.
You must learn to be sensitive to the voice within that can tell you what is truth and what is confusion, chaos, and untruth. I think we've done an episode on that, or I was about to. Learn to listen to the voice of truth, which is within you. You just got done saying, he is in me and I am in you. Learn to listen to the voice of truth which is within you, and you will free yourselves onto the path of evolution. This is wild. This is our message to our dear friends. We have watched you growing for many years, as you too have watched our lights in your skies. You know that we are here and that there are more beings on and around your earth than you, the scientists admit. We are deeply concerned about you and your path towards the light. I am the light. You are the light. He's in me. I am in you. I mean, this guy's talking the light now too. And we'll do all we can to help you. Have no fear. No fear. That's the main thing that he says in the Bible more times than anything. Seek only to know yourselves. Why is that? Because God's within you.
Have no fear. And everything, that's another thing we say, is anything you see on the TV, it's a fear campaign, then it's not the truth.
Right. Have no fear, seek only to know yourselves, and live in harmony with the ways of your planet Earth. We of the Ashtar Galactic Command, thank you for your attention. We are now leaving the plane of your existence. May you be blessed by the supreme love and truth of the cosmos. I mean, my God. What just happened? What just happened? I mean, I thought this was Epstein. We just got hijacked. Okay, so he says, Ashtar Galactic Command, peace and love.
Right.
Small, still voice within you. Seek only to know yourselves because
Divine
God's within you.
self.
Divine light, divine self, human consciousness, evolution, age of Aquarius, divinity. Then I got the Israeli Space Security Chief saying, hey, these guys exist. Galactic Federation. He calls them the Galactic Federation. This thing says Ashtar Galactic Federation.
How many coincidences is that?
How many coincidences before mathematically impossible? And then this guy's going, you're here to save us from a satanic pedophile cannibals. And he goes, was that a bad thing?
Yeah, I love that.
And then the Epstein Files are released. And the email says that the bad guys are getting rounded up. The military's in control with quantum, this, that, and the other. I'm telling you right now, folks, there is a more than way to look at this.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
there always is.
And
I'm starting to see that.
And I've given you a bunch of cool stuff because we need stuff to grab on in order to anchor our new imagination, our new reality. Yeah.
Accept a change in your belief.
Yeah, right. Even if, let's say Trump's a complete asshole. Okay, fine, great. He's in the Epstein Files. He's evil. He's been compromised. And now he has to work for the good guys. Otherwise, we're going to ruin all the stuff. That's okay. You can do that, right? He simply is a mouthpiece for the higher guys that are running the show that are trying to get rid of all this bullshit.
Yeah, whether he's wearing a mask or not.
Right. It's not about Trump. It's about this message. It's about this idea of anchoring in, take the Epstein Files and anchor in a more than timeline. What's the more than timeline? They're being taken out one by one, and this is the proof. We got all the email. We can go down the line, boom, 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 and we want higher help, boom. We've got some UFO action going on, which coincides with their angels, et cetera, et cetera. Even
now, the axe of God's judgment is poised, ready to sever the roots of the trees.
There it is. There it is. We got to sever the roots of the old timeline in order to climb that Jacob's ladder, everybody. Whew, we packed a lot in here.
Yeah.
Right, so look all this stuff up. I'm on NBC News right now. Former Israeli Space Security Chief. Go look up the 1977 message. You're going to have to go through a few videos, find the actual message, and read along with it. It's unbelievable.
Can I do this one more time?
Okay, we've got the, yeah, go ahead.
It's the best one. It's just the best. It's like this alien broadcast.
That was amazing.
It's just the best. Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Dude, I just renewed my mind by this show, by this episode.
Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will.
Yeah, guys, look. We're trying to do something that's unbelievable. We're trying to collapse the Truman Show. Exit the Matrix. Hack the 3D. What's that going to look like? It's going to look like this fucking episode, dude. Yeah. It's going to look bonkers.
Right.
We'll see you next time. We love you.
Later.
Purple Bill Podcast. Show, right?
PP show. Jesus. You love it. How long?
Someone does.